What's up, you gaggle of gorgeous grinding gamer fucks? Jackson here, today with my little brother Chubbz.
What's up, everybody?
And we are going to be talking about EA fucking games and the new Star Wars Battlefront 2. And the horrible fucking decisions being made in that game. And how we kind of have experience with that via Battleborn. Which was essentially a $60 title that was a free-to-play game at the end of the day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, we were unlocking heroes at the clip that we would in a free-to-play MOBA.
Oh, yeah.
So there's like, and then like they even acknowledged that it was a mistake when they fucking made them all available for free.
Yeah.
It's like,
and
duh.
then they even acknowledged that the game was kind of a mistake by having PvP go free to play.
Yeah, and then they acknowledged that they're done with the game, and all these stupid fanboy idiots that are going off on me in my videos, like, oh, you fuck you. There's gonna be a season 4 and a season 5 because games are all about seasons now. This guy, again, I have one guy in specific. I don't even really remember his name. I don't care. But he, seriously, every fucking video, like, you don't even know, man. Like, they're gonna fucking do shit, and like, they're gonna fix it, and they're gonna add tons of modes.
And what did they end up doing?
Nothing. They added fucking Borderlands 2 skins.
For the game.
That
the final
was it.
update. That was the final update. That was the final countdown for them. The skins. They were like, let's just milk it. Come on. Let's get as much cash as we can quick. Fucking idiots, man.
Milking the fan base, man.
They shot themselves in the foot.
They are dicks. They did. And I'd say Overwatch kind of gave them the gun in that situation, but Battleborn did not help itself out. It took the gun from Overwatch and shot itself in the head. It never put up a fight against it. It never tried to stand by and be like, look, like the marketing wasn't with them. They released a day one product that you could clearly see that they had pulled people away from it. Like the development on that game was not fucking done on day one. There was, you know, the infamous marquee glitch where you could just sit there and snipe the first spider turret. It was a fucking mess. It was unbalanced, and that's, you know, where they shot themselves in the head. They bit off more than they could chew. And yes, it had story. Well, and also it had more intricacies than Overwatch. Overwatch is definitely easier to pick up because once you play a character, all you really have to figure out is the character's attacks, the way they move. And I'm not going to say, you know, also have to work in like how they work in with the team, obviously, but that's also in Battleborn. And on top of that, in Battleborn, you have the helix tree, the gears, you know, like, so they were biting off a little bit more than the Overwatch devs, but maybe the Overwatch devs made a good decision in that case and actually made it more like accessible as well as easier on them to develop so they could have loot boxes and make billions. But Battleborn, by doing that, they bit off more than they could chew, and they they fucked themselves.
And regardless, you see the system used in both games. You
know
what
I
mean?
Oh yeah, and you know what? I swear, if Battleborn had won, like, let's just say we live in a fucking alternate. Let's say we live in Dimension X with Bizarro fucking Superman and shit, right? Or whatever that fucking plane is. But let's say we're in the upside down all of a sudden. And fucking Battleborn was like received as well as Overwatch. And Overwatch fucking just was shit, right? In that dimension. I guarantee you Battleborn would have sold currency. It would have sold loot boxes. It would have sold. I mean, it's selling all that shit now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it just said fuck it anyway and threw them in there. So, like, who knows what they would have sold. I mean, they're selling bullshit that when you get a kill, a disco ball goes off above their head. It's like, are you serious? And it's like a timed thing. Like, it's not like you buy it and it's like, that's all yours forever. It's like a timed thing. What the fuck? So, like, who knows what they would have done in that bizarro fucking... I'm glad we don't live there. We'll
Either way, it would have been microtransaction hell.
It probably would have resembled what EA's doing with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
And you see that is they're all trying to like do what all these other you see all these companies doing this mobile free to play grind where it's like built behind this brick wall of just never-ending fanboys that they can just
colors and numbers and star cards till
and
5 points unlocking a third car slot. So you have to, let's just run down these microtransactions. I'm gonna hurry and summarize this, Cheem, and then you can comment on it. So you have to, like you said, there's this bullshit. So there's, you didn't say that, we were talking earlier, but so there's this bullshit currency they do because of
the free-to-play grind. It's all this shit is locked behind this brick wall on top of the AAA price, which is like 80, 60.
But on top of that, it benefits them since all of their microtransactions are being divvied out in loot boxes.
Oh yeah,
it's a bonus to them, bro, because this way they can't have to. No, I think heroes can be bought with the currency, and therein is the fucking trick, because that's like with Overwatch. So with Overwatch, you can actually buy skins with the currency, right?
Right.
They cost a ridiculous amount, but as you get duplicates, you increase your currency. And so in China, in order to get out of the loot box law, what they did was, they sneaky motherfuckers, they said, okay, well, instead of selling them the loot box, which then we have to reveal the drop rates, we'll just sell them currency and have the loot boxes as a bonus reward, right? And it works because you can buy other things in the game besides,
Right, just that.
Yeah, and so they're giving you the loot boxes as a comp in that situation, but in this it works because just like in Destiny, how you can buy the sterling silver, you don't buy the loot boxes, you buy the sterling silver, then you buy the engrams, then you buy, you know what I mean?
Right.
You can also buy like, and that's why the fucking bitch now, she has like the weekly thing that changes and you can earn the currency to buy that shit in game. It's all part of this mobile legality. That candy, like this is, that's what they're doing. Taste. Yeah. You give them some for free, then they get addicted to them.
And then they want to buy
And then they want to buy them. And the people that buy them, they can't step in and say, like, if worse comes to worse, and let's say loot boxes are considered gambling. And some action has to be taken. Like in China, where this is a gambling law that says you have to reveal the odds of these things.
Right.
Right? And so in that instance, they just switch it up. And that's why this system is so needlessly grindy with all these fucking primary currencies and secondary, premium currencies and all these in-game things that can be broken down or sold in-game to fucking build up things. And that's where the
like crafting comes into play. Yeah. And, like the level up system with how you have to craft a certain rarity
plus
cards.
it helps them only if there's more things for the player to grind, because ultimately these are all behavioral game psychology tricks they're pulling on you.
Right.
These are rats in cages. These are monkeys pulling levers and looking for grapes. Like this is a constant mindfuck that's developed into the heart of these games because microtransactions do in fact affect gameplay, right? Because they want you to buy them.
Right.
So the game is going to reflect that. That's why in the case of Shadow of War, the reason I haven't bought it is because they lied. They said that they didn't put in an unnecessary thing. They checked the system before they put in microtransactions to make sure it worked. But every review I heard said that the end stretch of that game was a fucking grinding nightmare. Right? And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
You don't want to have to speed
I'm not
going
to pay money to play a fucking free-to-play game.
Freemium.
I have a PC. If I want to play a fucking free-to-play game, I'll fucking download a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend 60 goddamn dollars for it. I don't care if it's got fucking Han Solo in it or not. I could give a fuck less. And I love Han Solo. But you got loot boxes in there and this unnecessary grind? Fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
This is bullshit. This is them. And this is the thing with the main story. And I'll have links to both of these. These are EA. These are both Eurogamers. And they're both like taking EA to task. Like, I feel like these are not fucking around. Like, these are definitely saying like, look, these things are ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And so let's get to this story though. EA's response to Star Wars Battlefront 2 Hero Unlock Fury isn't going down well. Seriously, I paid $80 to have a Vader unlock, and that's a person online, so they paid $80, which is what, like the buff edition? Like, how do you classify these things?
Classify $80 as being like a full 68 triple title plus some DLC.
Like some DLC.
Plus, like I'd say an expansion pack.
Yeah,
like give them like a lot of content.
Well, I made a video on this. You helped me because I was talking to you about it before I did it. But we made a video on this where we were talking about how they were doing free DLC this time instead of selling packs. So I don't even know what 80 is. Maybe it's like a bonus edition with like some collector currency or something, like some bonus currency. Give you
a little bit of a boost. Maybe in the like progression system.
A fucking cool gun for Han Solo, like the fucking first one. But like I don't know. Either way, this is going on. Like their players are upset. They're hitting Reddit. They're talking about like, this is bullshit. We're playing this and it's taking like fucking 40 hours to unlock a single character. Right? Like, that's worse than Battleborn, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think we were unlocking characters at Battleborn at a faster clip than that. That's worse than Smite. 40 hours for one character? It did dude, it never took me 40 hours to unlock, because
that's for buying in for the experience.
Yeah,
because
and
keep
that's
in mind,
after
this is a
$80.
AAA game.
$80, dude.
Dude, that is like,
the story
that is
mode,
what is disgusting.
I guarantee you the story mode will be about fucking 3 to 4 hours long.
Yeah. And that's what's bullshit, is they're like, we hear the fans, we hear the community, you wanted a story, we'll give it to you.
It is the most down-clicked comment ever, I think, is what this said. Let's try to find this. And it gets worse.
Oh yeah, it's so bad. This guy just like, who the fuck are giving these people Twitter? Who the fuck are giving these people social networks?
In a comment, okay, over the weekend, EA responded to the conversation on Reddit in a comment, which is now one of the all-time top downvoted posts on the site. Fuck you, EA. Time to listen. Right? And so what they come in and they just basically say this. They said the intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. Okay, then they can play a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
Because I promise you,
just let them download that motherfucker.
You will get that same fucking experience from a free-to-play game. If you want to have like that sense of pride, like I got that from Smite. I got that from Paragon. If I was looking for that feeling, I wouldn't be buying a game for it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't buy these bullshit fucking online-only games. The only reason I got Battleborn was because I knew it was going to have a story, and they tricked me with the fucking previous beta and technical test into thinking that there was going to be a grand tale told.
Oh, yeah.
When really it was like fragmented sections of a fucking overall idea that got chopped down and fucking put on hiatus, and Borderlands 3 was given priority.
Yeah.
Right? But this is just ridiculous. As for cost, we selected initial values based upon data from the open beta and other adjustments made to milestone rewards before launch. Among other things, we're looking at average per player credit earn rates on a daily basis. And we'll be making constant adjustments to ensure that players have challenges that are compelling, rewarding, and of course, obtainable via gameplay.
Give you a little bit. They give you just enough. God. They give you just enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Get you hooked on it.
Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing. They want you to feel like these are rewarding experiences. That's why all these things are very flashy and it's a big production. Like in Destiny, when you break down an item and it takes a minute and then it goes boom and it like pops up over here. You got these. Like you fucking did cool shit. Good job. You know what I mean? And it was just always such a fucking ordeal to do anything in that game.
Yeah.
And this is the same way it's going to be in this. And it's, you know, of course you want it to be obtainable through gameplay because you want these people on your servers to entice your wells. Like this guy Austin shared a fucking tweet of today. I'll fucking have a picture of that come up. Oh my God, bro. What the fuck? Like, he's probably got like $1,000 worth on the table, and then he's talking about, I can get another $2,000 next week.
Yeah, complaining about how, like, they didn't have more than that.
You fucking idiot.
And I don't understand that. These wells that just... And that's another thing that is so disgusting about this is Star Wars. So, of course, it's going to have people that are going to be doing that kind of shit, you know, spending thousands of dollars a week on this game. So the question is how? What time are these nostalgic fanboys gonna fucking give up?
You can't be sure because this is a powerful force.
Oh yeah.
You see what I did there? This is fucking Star Wars, bro. So we're talking about like if Moses was around, he'd be like, false idols before me, because they've reached that point, right? Like they have religious, like that's why I love that episode of Futurama with the Star Wars Trek and
the Star Wars Trek
and the Star Trek Wars. I fucking love that shit. But basically, it's reached that point where it is almost a religion to people. It's ingrained into us. It's, you know, it's been marketed to. I mean, it's Star Wars, and you know, it has a feeling of like it's a very magical movie when you're young. Like, and it captures you, and even at adulthood, it can still like capture you and kind of take you back there. It's like almost like a really good fantasy book that, you know, you can read and read again. Like the Drizzt books, you can just read them again and again, and they have that sense of adventure and shit, you know what I mean? And there's jokey things, and it's like, it's this whole thing, and the way he writes is so good, you almost build it in your mind.
Right.
But
this is an example of how pop culture can ruin it. Because
as soon as it
becomes mainstream, everybody loves it. Because Star Wars is everywhere. The kids all the way from like generations of adults.
You could argue that Star Wars has always been pimped out. Right. In a fucking like, you know, in a way that's like ridiculous.
As soon as something, well, like Lord of the Rings in the same sense, like as soon as these things become that popular and that successful, it's like these people get dollar signs in their eyes. You see them
they know.
greedy fuckers.
They're like and this guy's response to all of this on Twitter, because they say basically, they jerk the fans off. They say, we're taking in your fucking account. I mean, I can't believe they actually had an interview with Angry Joe. I didn't watch it because I'm not buying this game. I'm not going to sit there and listen to someone try to justify fucking loot boxes to me at this point and stage in the game. I don't fucking care. Fuck your loot boxes.
Yeah.
If you need to make extra money on top of this bullshit, that's fine. I'll accept that. But you do not need to make it random. We all know they don't need to make it random.
Or how about, like, price your game appropriately? Because I guarantee you the game isn't worth $60 on launch.
The thing is they could give it out for free.
Yeah.
Okay? And it would be better if they did that. They would make more money ultimately.
Oh, yeah.
I truly believe if they gave it out for free, they would make more money. And I'm hoping that it proves true. Like you were saying, I'm hoping these fanboys realize that this is a shadow of a pimped out product by George Lucas himself.
Oh yeah.
This is a shadow of a shadow. This guy, you know what he says about everyone complaining about this? The armchair developers on this internet. The tweet has now been deleted, but the message and its responses were archived. Yeah, that's right, pussy. Why are you talking shit and then hiding it? And then guess what his response was? Guess what his response was? Everett has since said his comments were a general statement and not meant to refer to Battlefront. He has also since reported receiving death threats. Oh my God, bro. I get death threats too. And you know what I don't do? When I say something fucking stupid and rude that's a fucking slap at my fucking community that I'm trying to say in a bullshit public fucking forum that I'm listening to and then I'm taking them into account. You know what I don't do if I do something stupid like you did? I don't say, oh, well, I've had death threats, so it's completely okay.
Yeah.
You fucking pussy victim bitch. Get over yourself, bro. Everyone on the internet has had a death threat at some point. I think I had one on AOL back in the day when I was in chat rooms talking shit when I was a kid. All right? We've all had these things. Just don't worry about it.
People are assholes.
People are stupid. And especially when most of these people are kids, dude. You're dealing with from 14 to 18 years old, 19, 20s.
So unless you're legitimately afraid of your life getting stabbed by like an 11-year-old.
Like, don't be scared, bro. Get a shotgun, sleep on top of it, and everything's gonna be okay.
But no, he's got to bring that up
because it's part of this victim. It's part of this victim PR bullshit that always happens around this shit when things are going on. It's always, I swear, like that's what No Man's Sky whole deal was. They were like, well, we know we're gonna get in shit, so let's preemptively say we got death threats. And make a whole big deal out of it, and then we'll have people defending us, and then when we deliver them a shit product, they'll defend us by saying, hey, yeah, but they had to release it. They had death threats. They had death threats. They had to release it. But that's the way that story essentially unfolded. I'm fucking sick of hearing about it. Get over it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. If you're legitimately threatened, go to the fucking police.
Yeah.
Don't tweet about it like a little bitch. Like, look, they're attacking me now. Of course they're attacking you, dude. You're talking shit on them, telling you these are experienced, seasoned gamers that have been around and played free-to-play games, free-to-play competitive modes, and they have seen these tactics in mobile games and things like that, and they don't like them, all right? They accept them because all those games are free-to-play, Mr. Matt Everett, not $80 fucking because it's hiding behind a motherfucking stormtrooper and a Jedi, all right? It's ridiculous, dude.
Oh, yeah. And you gotta understand, like, a lot of the comments couldn't have been all hateful, like death threats, fucking, you know. Like, a lot of them had to have been
measured, even responses.
And critical objections, like well thought out arguments.
Well, it's not hard. It's not hard to give one. It's like, look, in Smite, I'm unlocking characters faster than I am in your game. If it legitimately on day one, because this isn't out yet, but if it legitimately on day one takes you around 40 hours to unlock a character, then you could say that a free-to-play game that you don't buy unlocks characters faster. And if you want to unlock them all, give them $30.
Yeah.
Right? And is it worth the experience to you? To get caught up in this mobile rat race with, you know, orange, purple tier rewards and star cards that are blue tier. Fucking penultimate tier is blue, green tier is the second down, gray tier ones, and then there's fucking crafting parts, and then there's also credits, and then you can craft, but it takes you to reach level 10, but then you have to hit rank 15 to craft a purple, you need to hit 20, and then crafting costs for gray cards are 40 crafting parts for green, 80 crafting parts for blue, 120 crafting parts for purple, 400 something. This seems to vary. Oh God. Are you serious? You've turned it into a fucking first-person shooter card game for the sake of selling microtransactions.
Oh yeah,
That's
and look at the highest price. Like, look at these. Okay, $5 for 500. That can only get you what? 2 loot boxes. Okay. Now, yeah, 2 loot boxes. Okay, go back up there. Okay, and then
2 of the top tier.
Yeah, there's $10 for 1,000. Okay,
it's
the
ridiculous.
Highest one, it goes from 10 to 20 to 40 to $100.
Well, we know people are going to be buying that fucking version. We know people are going to be doing this. There's going to be channels that are running loot box openings from day one.
Thousands of dollars.
And I don't know if these loot box opening parasites are like, you know, Ari calls them paid shills, or if they're just, you know, lost souls that are truly addicted to this and just, you know, making it 10 times worse and exacerbating this addiction within the fucking community of whales that love to fucking just sit there and open these things. Like, there'll be people who sit down, they start this game, and they will do nothing before they sit there. Like that fucking asshole with the $2,000 coming and like $1,000 on the table.
Yeah.
That fucking asshole, he's gonna sit down and he's just gonna open these fucking things. He's gonna fucking take his time and he's just gonna sit there and he's gonna open crate after crate after crate. And
probably
just see what he gets.
Stream it.
Yep, stream it all. Make a fucking video of it with some close-up cuts to his face of him looking excited to get this loot and fucking him jerking off in the background. Oh, I love loot. I love loot. It's this situation, it's unnecessary, it's uncalled for, and it's getting above and beyond ridiculous. And at what point are gamers going to stand up and say enough is enough? I'm not buying your Call of Duty World War IIs. I'm not buying your Star Wars Battlefront 2s. I'm not buying your grindy bullshit because it has a name on it that I think is cool, that I have a connection with in my past. It's fucking retarded,
Hiding behind nostalgia.
Would you go to war and kill somebody you don't know for that? For a fucking name? If not, then it's not worth fucking holding on to. Let it go and fucking think about this reasonably. This is destroying games. This is turning them into a grind fest or a paywall.
This is big companies selling you nostalgia behind
this is a paywall.
Of fucking...
And not only that, it's a pay-to-win wall.
Oh, yeah.
Because these are things that matter, that make your character stronger.
Oh, yeah.
You want to enjoy that
this
game?
This is a competitive advantage.
That shit's not fun in free-to-play games.
Oh, no. But this is like a unfair competitive advantage. If you have these things, you are wrecking people in the game. So, say you only spent $80 as opposed to the guy who spent $3,000. Well, that $80 is going to be way less enjoyable.
Yep. It's going to take you... I hope you're ready to grind and play nothing else.
Yep.
Because that's what you're going to have to do to compete in that game.
Do your dailies.
Yeah, I hope no one buys this game. Those are my thoughts. And Chubbz, what do you think, Chubbz? You good?
Yeah, I hope nobody buys this.
I hope no one buys it.
I'm sick of these fucking companies who are like hiding behind this brick wall of nostalgia and all these fanboys who are just like clinging on to these things just for the sake of clinging on to them. And then some of these fanboys, like you said, the fucking paid shills, the whales, it's like I can't even imagine how you could live that life.
I don't either.
Do these guys have no bills? And they have, like, I don't even know if they have jobs.
Dude, this is lucrative business. That T. Martin guy was reportedly had made... We're going to have to rewatch that Jim Sterling video. I'll have a link to it below. But that guy made a fuck ton of money off of that. And got hit with nothing. Like, he didn't have to pay a fine or anything.
It's like these people, like that guy, $3,000. The guy with the freaking Mass Effect Andromeda, $15,000 a week. Who has that kind of cash?
He could be a streamer. Like, they could be streaming and making money off the stream and spending ludicrous.
I don't even, like, I can't even imagine living that way.
Who knows how they do it? Who knows how they afford it? But one thing is clear, is if people uniformly, as one, say, fuck Battlefront 2, I'm not buying it. And we all stand together and only the whales buy the game, well, the whales are going to be lonely and the game will flounder and die. Just like Battleborn did. Just like it should have.
Yeah.
For being what it was.
Just like Overwatch should.
Yeah, Overwatch definitely should. They should, you know, and it's not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen. That game is fucking...
Not for a while.
The last 2 videos I went off on Overwatch and I have lost like 4 or 5 subscribers.
Yeah.
Like, it's got that sort of a loyal following where people will be like, yeah, he's right. He's right. And then the second you talk shit on it, it's like, I like that thing. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah. And that's the thing is
it's funny too because often they're the ones in the comments that are talking shit on fanboys of other things.
Yeah, that's the thing is you need to question your fanboyism. Like if you can hold Shadow of War, Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars in the same light as like Blizzard and Activision, then you're accurately assessing these things because these are all things that are widely successful, widely popular, that have like a brick wall of fanboys that are going to crowd around them and protect them.
And then behind them is a brick wall of a grind.
Yep.
A brick wall of a grind or give them money. Mm-hmm. Like you're going to be playing every holiday event for 4 years straight before you earn everything organically.
Oh yeah.
Like straight up.
So it's like I hate those people who sit there and talk shit on other things, but then they're like, well, I think that these are completely okay and fair because I enjoy them in this game.
It's a sort of mentality that I can't quite understand, but I honestly believe that it is tied to the behavioral psychology tricks employed. It's tied to the fact that it is a good, smooth running game. It runs well on all machines. Like it looks beautiful on the Sony. It looks even prettier on a PC. And it's one of those, it's like a classic game like WoW where it's, you know, it was looked good enough. It did its job, but they minimized it enough that it fucking was able to run well as well. They balanced it very well in the beginning. And from what I understand, the balance is going to shit. Like Conrad Mesquinu, he was saying, They've nerfed things and then overpowered them and then nerfed them again. And it's like this whole thing. I think that's intentional. I think that might be a way of keeping interest in it because updates have long been, you know, Blizzard's way of keeping people interested. We see Destiny follow suit with all of its updates.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like shotgun spread. You got a little less spread this week in the shotgun. Little less spread.
All of a sudden they nerf the shotguns.
We want you to be able
to go up. They nerf like, the rocket launchers and heavy machine guns go up.
It's this constant, like, in the fucking gamer's mind, just trying to fucking keep them twisted up and involved. And it just doesn't cut it for me. Like, it doesn't cut it for me. There's games that I can play that are better. I'm not going to spend fucking $80 for a game that I know is going to have, you know, at max a 10-hour single-player experience and then a fucking free-to-play PvP mode. Like, I'm not going to buy that. I'm not going to spend $60 on that. I'm not going to spend $30 on that when I can buy a game like Hollow Knight for $15 and get over 140 hours in it. Or I could buy a game like, you know, fucking Grim Dawn for fucking $10 and get over 100 hours in it. And it's, you know, like, it's a good RPG in one instance. It's a great platformer in another that, you know, has added DLC that's stacked full of new content and adds a bunch of value to the game. And it's, like, not anything random. You know, except for in the game where it matters. In the case of Grim Dawn, where it is an aspect of the game is loot.
Yeah, it's part of the experience.
Yeah, it's part of going out and killing that boss, you know, on hard and getting a super good weapon that like is named and looks cool and, you know, is a unique item.
Yeah.
It's not about going out, playing PvP for fucking 4 hours so I could fucking buy a fucking card pack at the bottom tier and then grind that up.
Legendary new Yoda epic star card.
Yeah, make my Overwatch. Yeah, that lady. A star card?
The epic
She sounded like she
star
didn't know
card?
what the fuck it was she was saying. Star card? What the fuck is that? Because, like, what is this? Is this a card game or is it Battlefront 2?
It's a
like,
first-person shooter? What the fuck?
Yep, pre-order for your fucking garbage pre-order items that will mean nothing next to your 40-hour character grind.
Yep, but they'll still hype it because it's Star Wars.
Star Wars, man.
Star Wars. It's Disney. It's Lord of the Rings. It's everywhere and always.
Yep.
It's the Force. It penetrates all living things.
The Force Awakens.
And it's got dollar signs in its eyes.
Yes. It wants money. They're gonna totally kill Luke in the new one. Alright, everybody. I love you. We'll talk to you next time. And if that turns out to be a spoiler, fuck you. It's the obvious move.
Voldemort killed Dumbledore.
I love people who claim spoilers and you can tell that they've clearly played the game because that's the only way they would know that was a spoiler.
Yeah.
It's like, go fuck yourself. You've already played it. You don't know. Like, if you're asking me what this game is, then you still don't understand what I've shown you, and you won't until you play through the entire game. And then you'll come back and be like, what a dick, that was a spoiler. I know now because I bought that $40 or that $15 game, and it took me 40 plus hours to beat it, and I know that it's like, okay, at that point, go ahead. But if you're someone who's already played it, fuck off. And if you're some Star Wars nerd who's like, no, if Luke dies, he ruined it for me.
They're doing the Vader now.
You're stupid. You're stupid. You don't speculate. You're not analytical. And you're fucking, go enjoy your popcorn, you fucking mouth breather. Everyone else, love you. Jackson.
Chubbz.
Till next time, may the force be with you, gentlemen and gentlewomen.